Yankees Dodgers World Series. Who, besides Alex Rodriguez way back in March, who would have thought, would you have predicted the New York Yankees to advance to the 2024 World Series? Adding Soto, adding Stroman, basically all they did, and Verdugo. Did you expect really not touching the bullpen much? Did you expect the Yankees to be in the 2024 World Series? I didn't think. I'm not going to sit here and say I told you so, because that's not true. And here we are. They're in the World Series. They have a very good chance at winning it, in my opinion. Maybe they're the underdog, but I think they have a great chance at winning. Now, Yankees-Dodgers Game 1 tonight. Gerrit Cole versus Jack Flaherty. Cole, in his last start versus the Dodgers, which was a year ago, he went 6 innings, struck out 5, 2 walks, 1 earned run, and he gave up 4 hits. Cole had a really great end to his season this year, minus that dreadful start versus Boston. But for the month of August, Cole was great. In 5 games, he pitched to a 1.93 ERA and 28 innings pitched, 31 strikeouts. In the month of September, Cole was nearly as good, pitching to a 2.53 ERA and 5 starts, 32 innings pitched, 30 strikeouts. This postseason, he's been okay, pitching to a 3.31 earned run average in 16 2/3 innings pitched. But that one start versus Kansas City in Kansas City was really good. Went 7 innings, struck out 4, and he gave up 1 run. Cole this season on the road was absolutely exceptional. In 8 starts on the road this year, Cole pitched to a 2.49 ERA and 47 innings pitched. Now, how will Cole fare against the Los Angeles Dodgers lineup? Well, you have to deal with Ohtani first. And Ohtani in his career versus Cole has his number. Ohtani 4 for 20 with that amounts to a 200 batting average, 1 home run, 7 strikeouts, 1 walk. If you could neutralize Ohtani, man, that would be just something else. That would be just, if you could neutralize Shohei Ohtani, all in all, having a good, solid postseason up there at the plate. If you could neutralize him, don't walk him, just get him out. My gosh, you're kind of crushing that Dodger lineup, in my opinion. But then you also he has to pitch to Mookie Betts. Betts versus Cole over his career, 6 for 14. That's a 4.29 batting average. And Freddie Freeman, who will, according to him, he'll be in the lineup. And Freeman, 7 for 20 versus Cole. Okay numbers. And I want to highlight Teoscar Hernandez. He's 5 for 26 versus Cole. That's a 192 batting average, 1 home run, and 7 strikeouts. Now, the Yankees are facing Jack Flaherty. Now, Flaherty, man, this story could have been so much different if the New York Yankees acquired him at the deadline. Something was up with him. The Yankees didn't want to go through with the trade. They didn't like his physical. The prospect package was a bit too steep. So the Yankees, all they had to say was, yes, we want Flaherty. The deal was done, basically. It was just on them, and they backed out of it and said, no Flaherty. He ends up going to L.A., and now he's pitching Game 1 of the World Series versus the team that all they had to say was, yeah, I want him. And they would have had him. So what a story that is. Now, Flaherty, the Yankees have to get to Flaherty as early as humanly possible. In his most recent start versus the Metropolitans, Flaherty went 3 innings, threw 75 pitches in 3 innings. He gave up 8 runs. So if you could just work Flaherty as much as you can, grind him down, get to him. This is with anybody, honestly. But in his most recent start versus the Mets, that's what happened. He got the crap kicked out of him, honestly. And if we could do that in Game 1, and you have Gleyber Torres up there who's grinding out at bats. Juan Soto, that's just what he does. Then Aaron Judge with something to prove, and that's Aaron Judge. I honestly, Aaron Judge has had some time to relax, sit back, recalibrate, focus, reflect on what's ahead of him. Not what's behind him. He can't control what's behind him, and he knows that. The guy's so damn smart. He knows that. I expect Aaron Judge to, if the Yankees win the World Series, it's going to be because of him, a big part. And I think he's going to win the World Series MVP. If the Yankees win the World Series, he's your World Series MVP. Book it now. That's my prediction. If the Yankees win the whole thing, it will be because of Aaron Judge. Obviously, Giancarlo Stanton has been red hot, but Aaron Judge, look what he did back in April. Look at it this way. Think of the first 2 rounds. That was Judge's April. Basically was. Look at the World Series as the rest of the season for Judge. He had a historic season from May to September. I think he's going to have a historic World Series. Now, Giancarlo Stanton, as I said, he's been red hot. He's the reigning ALCS MVP. I hope the week layoff does not hurt him. Obviously, Giancarlo Stanton and everybody else too. Giancarlo needs to play consistently for him to get going. He's been off for 6 days. I hope that doesn't hurt him. And Jazz, he needs to hit. Jazz hitting 130 this postseason. Verdugo, same thing, hitting 194 this postseason. He needs to hit. Doogie, you're playing up against the team that traded you to Boston. You were, I believe, once upon a time, you were their top prospect in their system. They shipped you over to Boston for the guy who's playing right field for them in Mookie Betts. Whether, obviously, it worked out for the Dodgers, of course, but if you're Verdugo, you gotta have some type of chip on your shoulder. And I expect Verdugo to have that said chip on his shoulder. Now, the Dodgers bullpen, it's a good bullpen. It's not Cleveland's bullpen. Cleveland has a stellar bullpen. It's not Cleveland's. And the Yankees beat Cleveland in 5 games. Now, Cleveland does not have the lineup that the Dodgers have, but the Mets didn't have the lineup that the Yankees have. So I expect this series to just be bonkers, honestly. But the Dodgers bullpen doesn't scare me. It's good. It's not better than Cleveland's, in my opinion. And check this out. Freaking nuts. You probably know it because you're such a damn smart Yankee fan. The Dodgers only have 2 left-handed pitchers available on their roster. So I expect both of those guys to be on the postseason roster. One of them is Anthony Banda, former New York Yankee, by the way. Kind of funny. He wasn't very good. He pitched a game or 2, maybe. But the New York Yankees this season against right-handed pitching, lefties they have an issue with. Right-handed pitching, the New York Yankees have an .805 OPS. I don't expect the Yankees to get swept. I don't expect them to lose this series in 5. In fact, I expect them to win. A lot of the numbers are on their side. The Dodgers have Shohei. So what? We have a beast that is waiting to be awakened. And that's Aaron James Judge.